All my people, can I get a hello?
What up,
It's
what
your
up?
boy Seek. I'm representing the Hello Effect podcast, also the Worldwide Fleet DJs, also DigiWax Media. The only place to be if you're trying to be seen and heard is live at their penthouse for New Music Wednesdays. Who I got the pleasure sitting next to right now?
What's good, folks? My name is DJ Kool Kid from the Bronx, New York City.
Shout out to the Boogie Down Bronx in the building. I'm from Jersey, man. Nice to meet you, man. Pleasure.
We family.
All right, so how did you get into DJing?
So I got into DJing. Well, you know what? It's an ill story. You know what I mean?
Let's talk about it. I'm here.
So I was born and raised in the Caribbean, from Trinidad. My folks are from Trinidad, so I grew up hearing calypso music, reggae music, and stuff like that.
Okay.
So it was always in the household. My great aunt, she designed costumes, and every year had me in carnival. You know what I mean? So I played in carnival, like I was privy to that growing up. You know what I mean? And moving here to New York City with my mom and stuff like that, and landing in the right location, bro. Like this was like '89. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And just connecting with the right folks. So I've always had a taste for turntables and stuff like that, but just ending up in the Bronx just heightened that sensation.
Hell yeah. So ended up in the Bronx. When did you fall in love with hip-hop?
Fell in love with hip-hop, I think it was 92, 94 when Juice came out, like around that era. You know what I mean? It was like Uptown Records and all that crazy stuff. You had... What was it? New York Undercover, all these different shows was out and all that.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So it was like, and that was the era when it was like the real vinyl, you know what I mean? Like I know it was like the 80s had the DJs and stuff, but in the early 90s, the park jams that that I caught up to was like, wow, I want that. You know what I mean? Word.
All right, so what you love most about DJing though? Like what it does for you?
You know what?
You passionate about it, so
yeah, absolutely. Well, I grew up, around the older cats. They had the turntables and stuff in the park going in and stuff, you know what I mean? And the recognition, when I say the recognition, you know what I mean? The ability to move the crowd, and, it was like being a teacher in the park, you know what I mean? It was like, yo, I'm going to stand here. If I play this record, I'm going to make you move this way. I'm going to make you move that direction, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, I could be the puppet master, you know what I mean? And control the crowd and play these dope tunes, and, and see the reaction that when the DJs in the park would drop certain records, everybody like, oh, you know what I mean? And the sun goes down, there's the rap battles, and you know what I mean?
Yeah, do you still feel that same way? Because times has changed, you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
So what's your perspective 2026 as being a current DJ?
2026, as I'm projecting, right? So look at what we're doing now, you know what I mean? I feel that, a lot of folks say, hey, the technology is taken away from it, you know what I mean? It's making it watered down, it's dumbing it down, and X, Y, and Z, right? But we got to grow. You know what I mean? Point blank, we got to grow. We came from vinyl to, from 8 tracks to cassettes to vinyl to CDs to CDJs and all that good stuff. So it's an evolution. It's how you utilize it and how you perfect your craft and how you make the people feel while utilizing it. You know what I mean?
And a good point is, don't the people control the music though? Like, so at the end of the day, it's like, yo, we should play what's fucking great.
Absolutely,
you know?
absolutely. So it's like, see, a lot of folks getting, you know what I mean, I got to hit this button, I got to do. No, it's what you're creating behind it in the moment that you know what I mean, that's going to be everlasting. That split second of what you do, your transition or your movement, you know what I mean, is a whole package. So DJ is an element, is a thinking game. I have to think what's going to be next. How am I going to read and perceive the crowd? What am I going to say to them to keep them interested, you know what I mean? So it's a whole movement, while also enjoying what's playing at hand, you know what I mean?
Nah, that's a fact. All right, so I got a question. Like, I'm pretty sure you heard, like, people saying once before hip-hop is dead. No matter if it's true or false, that's subjective, right? So let's say this, though. Who would we blame for that, though? You know what I mean? Will we blame the artist or will we blame the DJ? Because ain't the DJ responsible for breaking records and playing records?
You know what? It's a conglomerate. It's a mixture of both.
Okay. Break it down a little bit.
You know what I mean? It's a mixture of both. You know what I mean? See, the problem is, and for me, I would say, a lot of folks are scared to just speak up in general.
That's a fact.
And that's just in life, you know?
Yeah.
Like, so it's like, it's not even just a music situation. I think this is like a life situation where, yo, you my man, I'm going to tell you X, Y, and Z how this is, you know what I mean? Like, if that's your real people and they want to see you win. Or if they're not scared of you, you know what I mean? You got to be around folks where outside of music or whatever you're doing, you can be able to have a conversation. And that's where it stems from. So for me, breaking a record and stuff like that, I have to form a relationship.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be a but it's some sort of relationship to see where we're going. So I can give you my personal opinion or a professional one.
So what? Yeah, that's a great point. What happened to that? Because I remember DJs used to have personal relationship with the artists.
And you know what? And those and what I mentioned, right? That's called free A&R skills.
Word.
You know what I mean? Giving a positive and a truthful air. You know what I mean? Because I'm pretty sure you don't want your parents or somebody in your family let you go out the house half-assed. You know what I mean? It's like, yo, and have you doing a sloppy job. You know what I mean? Like, constructive criticism.
We got to get back to that respectfully.
Yeah, respectfully. And, and a lot of folks, and I hate to say it, man, like, I grew up in the Caribbean. There's a lot of soft people out there, bro. Like, you know what I mean? And once again, you know what I mean? Don't take it wrong. Like, you got to take life lightly, seriously, but lightly. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of upside down you. There's a lot of frowns. Why? Because, you told me something about X, Y, Z. But as you said, respectively, is to grow. Hey, if I mess with you, I ain't going to tell you shit.
All right, yo, before we get up out of here, man, just let the people know where they can follow you and support you at, yo.
So love. I'm very simple. My name is DJ Kool Kid. I'm from the Bronx, New York. Instagram at DJ Kool Kid 01. Hashtag DJ KOOLKID. The platform is called Hood Legend Radio. Turn Up Radio. You know what I mean? We for the people, we for the streets. And what we're going to do now, right? We are going to find a way. Well, not find a way. Right now what we're doing is that we're bringing the mixtapes and the elements from the analog to the digital. We can do it. Here it is. You know what I mean?
That's a fact. Once again, my name is Seek. I'm representing the Hello Effect Podcast. Also the Worldwide Fleet DJs. DigiWax Media. We outside. Only place to be on the Wednesdays. New Music Wednesday live at the Penthouse. Hello.
All right. We here.
Appreciate you.